Hey everybody, welcome to the Ruckus Room. I'm Chrissy, and tonight we're going to discuss artificial intelligence and why you need to be on the lookout for it. And in just a moment, I'll come back and we'll deep dive into it. Don't go away.
Unleash the power. Unleash the power.
Hey everybody, and welcome to the Ruckus Room. I'm here today with Alan, and I wanted to talk to you guys about this whole new AI thing. And I know, like everybody else in Facebook or whatever social media platform you're on, sometimes you come across stuff and you're looking at it, you know it's not real, and you try to click on it to see if it's clickbait or if it's an actual story. And I wanted to bring Alan today to talk about this because we have a really cool software that we use here at the studio, and he has a new news AI generated podcast that goes out weekly. And I wanted to talk about the pros and the cons of this. So, hey, Alan.
And it's really us. We're not AI right now.
We're not AI. Yeah, no, we're here. The beginning, was.
The intro was 100% AI. That was not you. That was completely computer generated.
It is so crazy and scary almost how you can make me say anything. And I'm wondering, goes to a whole new level, like of people being deceptive or, just hacking things or just being like, there's so many things with this to unpack. But with you, what do you think has been the benefit of using the AI program and this new news AI 30-minute podcast, basically, that you have going out every week now?
Well, I'll tell you, it started out as just something fun to do. It wasn't actually something that I was trying to build into a show or anything. I just wanted to learn about AI. And the more that I dabbled in it, the crazier it got. I mean, the news show, well, actually the studio here is the actual name of the studio is the U.S. News and Entertainment Network. And it's the Flagler Voice Studio. So I wanted to do a news show because the name is News and Entertainment, but we didn't have any news. And I couldn't find anybody that wanted to do news. So I created an entire news, newscast of people, but none of them are real. So they come on and do the show. Now, the news is real.
Yeah.
But the people are not real. And you're right. I can basically create you and make you say anything. Now, if you know AI, and I've learned a lot about AI, you can see, not all the time because AI is getting really good.
Yeah, that's the scary part.
You can see like teeth. Watch the teeth because AI has a problem creating real teeth. And I don't know why. And it's bias. AI is amazingly biased. And in fact, one of the reporters, the sport reporter on the U.S. News and Entertainment Network, when it goes to the sports desk, is it's modeled after Will from Will's World, and Will is a black man, and the bias is Will does not have a gap between his teeth. Okay. And no matter how hard I keep trying, if Will's got his mouth closed and then the AI starts him talking, there'll be a gap in his front teeth. And it does it over and over again, even though the pictures and everything that I used to create that person has no gap in their front teeth.
So that's insane because I've seen it before. And I was like, Will, I didn't know you look like that. And we joke about it all the time because we're characters in the news group. But the thing that bothers me here, though, is like complete deception. Like being a cop or an investigator nowadays, when you get a hold of AI stuff, you could form your own crime. You literally could form somebody in a crime setting or something.
And they were never there.
And that's the most scary thing between the hacking and the impersonation and all of that stuff that I'm kind of a little concerned, about where that part is going.
It's a serious problem. and it is, and here I am participating in it. But it is a serious problem because there are, like I create the voices for the people, and the voices aren't the exact voices of the people. I make sure they're not. And I make sure that, if it's your likeness, other than the intro that we did for this show, because I wanted to fool people, full disclosure, it's
You can
AI.
actually take clips of my voice and
I could
actually
take
use my
clips
voice.
of your voice and make your voice, yes. But I don't want to do that but the thing is, if people don't know your voice, then they won't know that it's not your voice. If they just see you and you're talking and they don't know your voice, they won't know who it is. And so on a lot of the platforms that we put things out on, you're supposed to click a button that says, whether it's AI generated or whether AI is making, but you don't have to click the button. And I don't think there's any algorithms that actually come back later and say, hey, you didn't click the button.
but
They
even,
do
like,
for copyright, but I don't
My
think they do
mom,
for
though,
that.
she'll call me or she'll send me something. I'm like, Mom, this is AI. She goes, I thought it was real. And I literally get into an argument. I'm like, no. And then I have to go on Gronk or ChatGPT and put it in there to see if it's real or not. And then it'll give you the whole breakdown, which ChatGPT, you wrote a book on.
Yeah.
It's amazing the millions of dollars that's being poured into AI right now. There are some good benefits, like an AI digital coworker. For the boring tasks that you don't want to do, they can triage your emails, book meetings, draft weekly reports, multitask workflow, healthcare coding, and much more, which is kind of fascinating.
Well, they can read x-rays and stuff now, too, and CT scans and everything with a
Yeah, for
sharper eye than a
medical.
person can.
Yeah, and they're even diagnosing cures for cancer and things like that also with AI, which
Yes.
is huge. So those are like scientific breakthroughs, new drugs and things like that. That's a huge part of AI. And I think that I have a feeling that's why they're trying to gear towards, but now it's taken another direction where what do you see? What do you think in the future it's going to be like? They're going to have to do
we're going to have to
something.
put restrictions on.
Yeah.
There's somehow got to now understand that the AI that we're using, military, I'm sure, has AI that
Oh, yeah.
that is indistinguishable from a regular person.
When they
100%.
went to get the Venezuelan president, I wanted to ask you this because I know it's a little off topic, but they said when they went in there and they went to the ground, they heard these loud whistles, which kind of made everybody go a little crazy, and kind of like a computer sound wave was going out to kind of make them a little drowsy or disoriented. What is that? Is that part of the AI?
No, that's not AI. That's actually down in Cuba. That was happening to our. I don't know if we had an embassy or some kind of government building down there. High frequency and low frequency can cause you to have hallucinations, can drop you to the ground. And it doesn't have to be loud. It just has to be the right frequency. So it's
So
not
you're just
AI.
frequencies.
Frequencies, and they can mess with us bad.
Well, the military is definitely using AI now, though. Sorry, that was a little off topic, but thought that was really cool when they're talking about going in there and what they heard and things like that. But the weather forecast AI nailed every hurricane path or weather pattern this year. So they're actually using AI generated weather forecast to actually get more accurate weather, which is kind of insane too.
Well, it has amazing benefits.
Yeah.
But when it's impersonating people, that's where we run into. I mean, you could literally recreate our famous celebrities and actors. You can recreate them with their voice and make them do a movie, and the actors aren't there. The whole, I mean, it's good and it's bad.
So like producing movies is not going to be this, like it's going to totally take a change of its own, like the whole wave of the future, I feel.
Well, that's why Hollywood was up in arms about it a little while ago.
They should be.
But they should be, because it potentially will remove every actor, because you can make them do anything. I'll post a segment in here from the U.S. News and Entertainment Network news show.
Welcome to the U.S. News and Entertainment Network. News is better with us. I'm Alex Foe.
And I'm Lauren Sims. Let's get to it.
The war in Ukraine is escalating again as Russian forces launched renewed missile and drone strikes across multiple regions targeting energy infrastructure and civilian areas. While Ukraine countered with long-range attacks deep inside Russian territory, Western allies are scrambling to keep Kyiv supplied with weapons.
as NATO leaders warn that Moscow is preparing for a prolonged conflict, not a pause. Meanwhile, diplomatic efforts continue behind the scenes, but with both sides dug in, peace remains distant.
As winter grinds on, the battlefield is growing colder, more dangerous.
And increasingly unpredictable, with the world watching to see what comes next.
Now to our foreign correspondent, Grit Falsh.
I'm Grit Falsh at the U.S. News and Entertainment Foreign Desk. Today, the world stands on a more dangerous edge. The expiration of the New START nuclear arms treaty has removed the last remaining guardrail between Washington and Moscow. This raises fresh fears of a renewed nuclear arms race. The intelligence agencies warn that major powers are rapidly modernizing their arsenals, while rival nations test missiles and expand military footprints from Europe to the Pacific. As tensions simmer between global superpowers, leaders are scrambling to restore diplomatic stability, but trust is thin and stakes are existential. The question now is not if the world is entering an era of great power conflict, but how close it comes to the brink. Now back to you, Alex.
Thank you, Grit. And now let's go to our very own Will Playdetton with the Super Bowl Roundup.
Thanks, Alex. In the now infamous words of our own Chain Gang host, Tom, the Patriots' magic carpet ride is over. From Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara, Super Bowl 60 belongs to Seattle. The Seahawks took control early and never let go, rolling past the New England Patriots 29-13 to hoist their second Lombardi trophy. Seattle's defense was relentless, dictating the game from start to finish. They controlled the line of scrimmage and forced critical turnovers. Kenneth Walker powered the offense and earned MVP honors with a bruising championship performance. For the Seahawks, this win isn't just another title. It's redemption, momentum, and a statement that Seattle is back on top of the football world.
Want to stay on top of your game? Check out the Chain Gang Sports Show.
Whoa, heads up. What a catch.
Join the Chain Gang Sports team. Search for us on Flagler Voice on Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, Rumble, and Spotify. And like, follow, and subscribe today.
And now, back to the national desk with Alex and Lauren.
Thank you, Will. I see a lot of excited admirers behind you. Now we go to Chuck Newsome with the Lifestyle Magazine.
I'm your host, Chuck Newsome, and we're here to put a spotlight on the incredible citizens, volunteers, and businesses and events that are shaping our beautiful coastal community. Every week, we bring you stories from New Smyrna Beach to Flagler County and everywhere in between. Let's head to Flagler County with Chrisy.
I'm Chrisy Miraggio. We start on a serious note as Flagler County is under a local state of emergency after a fast-moving brush fire burned nearly 200 acres and forced evacuations in nearby neighborhoods. Fueled by weeks of extreme drought and shifting winds, the blaze has triggered a multi-agency response, with ground crews and aircraft working around the clock to protect homes and critical infrastructure. A countywide burn ban is now in effect, meaning no outdoor fires, no debris burning, and no spark-producing equipment outside. Officials warn conditions remain volatile. Residents should stay alert and be ready to move if needed. Containment is improving, and we will stay on this as updates arrive.
Now let's go to Orla, out on the Indian River and Mosquito Lagoon near New Smyrna Beach, as the seasonal bioluminescence is returning.
I'm Orla So, your local in the field event correspondent. You won't believe where I am now. I'm out in Indian River and Mosquito Lagoon near New Smyrna Beach as the seasonal bioluminescence is returning and turning the water into glowing streaks of blue as the canoe moves through it. The light comes from microscopic organisms that react to movement, creating a natural light show unlike anything else in Florida. It's a reminder that even in challenging times, Volusia County still offers moments of wonder just beneath the surface. It truly is an amazing sight. And now back to you, Chuck.
Thank you, Orla. Now let's hear from one of our great sponsors. That does it this week. So back to the national desk with Alex and Lauren.
Oops, we're on. Sorry. This wraps us up for the week, so join Alex and I next week. And don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe to the U.S. News and Entertainment Network.
And you can see what I'm talking about, that we have an entire news show and not a single person in that news show is real. The news is real, but there's no people that are actually walking the face of this earth.
You want a commercial put on Facebook or any social, call Alan. He has done some amazing commercials already too for people that we know. For
That's
their
what I'll do. I'll put in
businesses.
one of the commercials too.
Yeah, you could do that. It is so cool because literally you could generate any scenery, anybody in it. He can use a picture of yourself if you like, say you're a realtor and you want a face shot of you talking about a new listing or something. It is completely amazing, the software that he has and what he's been using. Everyone
it's
get with
crazy
Alan.
stuff.
It is completely insane. But
It is. And that's where it can be used for the good.
yeah.
You know, we can generate, and one of the nice things about it is, especially for real estate agents or whatever, a lot of people are camera shy and they don't want to get in front of a camera and they don't think, well, you
AI
can dupe
handles
them with or duplicate them with AI, and then they write the script that they want the AI to say, and you can make them come in, not be camera shy. I mean, the whole thing will be AI, but they can sell a house and be on camera and never actually be there.
I know Trump is always about trying to stay ahead of China when it comes to this AI thing, and we've got some of the best technology here going on with the AI. But I wonder, do you see like any future interference, you think, with China and all this stuff? Like,
Oh yeah, yeah. This is one of the problems that it can recreate anything. I mean, you can recreate anything with it.
that's scary.
And if you don't have a moral compass, or if you want to create havoc, it wouldn't be difficult. Wouldn't be difficult at all.
I saw the thing over the weekend when someone recreated Bill Clinton in a hotel room with somebody as an AI thing, but it looked almost believable. And that's the scary part, because like the thing is with social media, and people don't realize, a lot of people, content creators, they get paid on clicks and views. So if you have something that's entertaining looking and clickbait, this is where they're getting paid. So every time you comment or share or like or something like that, they're getting paid for these clicks and views. So that's why you see sometimes the false stuff out there and these outlandish headlines just to get you to read their posts, because they get paid for it. And that's the crazy part about it. I don't think people realize too, when you start looking at some of this stuff, even if it's not real, they're getting paid for it.
Oh yeah, they get paid for clicks. Let me play a little bit of the intro from this show again. Now that people have seen you and seen you in real life, let me show you people again what the fake you was.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Ruckus Room. I'm Chrissy, and tonight we're going to discuss artificial intelligence and why you need to be on the lookout for it.
Yeah,
That's insane.
you said none of that, and you weren't there for that.
And and the scary part is you could actually clip my voice and make clips of it.
Yeah. And you didn't know I was making that.
No.
I made it and sent it to you to show you what you wanted to do, a show on AI, and I said, all right, I'll show you this. And yeah.
Soon it's going to be the point where you don't need authors. You could write your own books. You don't need,
It already does.
You don't need lawyers. You might be able to fight your own way in court by writing your own letters and
Some
doing your own
things aren't
thing.
that bad.
No, yeah, use legalese. But yeah, no, like I'm just thinking of all of the things that you can do that is insane. Like you could even come up with your own medication regimen program for curing myocarditis or heart failure.
I used it to
I used
create
it too.
my diet for reversing my diabetes, my type 2 diabetes. And it did it.
Yeah.
It worked.
And that's what you wrote your book on, right?
Yes.
Yeah. and see, like, with all my heart, I'm constantly on it because I'm like, I'm recovering from heart failure. I have this symptom now. And it gives you like this whole explanation of things you should do, things you shouldn't do, blah, blah, blah. And even it says, I'm not a medical professional, and it gives you an example of everything.
Right.
Which I think that part is so cool. And then I guess we should have known this was coming when all of the smart houses came into play with Alexa and stuff, which obviously now also with like the Nancy Guthrie case, the AI that's going to be used, or even like the remote nesting and Ring cameras and things like that, how pivotal it's going to be to trying to solve this case.
Yes.
With even ones that didn't have subscriptions. Like her Nest camera didn't even have a subscription, and they were able to pull film and video of the guy pulling it off. And it's like you're being big brothered a lot with
it's
that.
everywhere. The cameras
Alexa's
are everywhere.
like on in your house. If you have a smart house, they get everything.
That's why I won't have that stuff.
I mean, there's no privacy anymore with that.
No, well, even your TV. You know, if you have a TV that
You mean a smart TV?
yes, that have cameras.
What? I didn't even know that.
Not all.
Oh, okay.
But you know,
Not
or
that
your
I do anything wrong,
laptop,
but-
your laptop, everything that has a camera in it, everything is being sent out. It might not be being watched, but it's being sent out always. Everything is. And every place you go on the internet, everything you look at, everything you buy, everything you scan, your history is everywhere.
So-
and AI keeps track of it all.
You think like a lot of the jobs are going to be starting to go away, and forensic digital analysis for the sheriff's department are going to be more in play? Because I mean, everything's going to be so digitalized, and AI they're really going to have to investigate stuff now.
Well, I think it's going to be a tool to aid in investigation.
But like if you commit crime, like if I get a recording of your voice and put something in there like you trying to kill your wife or something, you know, like whatever, as I'm using this as an example.
Right.
And
Well,
you could get that recording of it and then just send it into the cop saying this happened. That's almost scary.
oh, it is scary.
Yeah.
It's I mean, I play with it. I know what it can do, and it's not a good thing.
What would you advise people?
What would I advise people?
Yeah, about this. How to play with this safely. Proceed with caution.
I think it's the individual person. It's their personality that's going to determine at this stage whether or not it's done safely and you know, in a way that's not. I mean, and it's the person, because you can make it do anything right now. Anything.
We could actually go take one of Mike's little stun guns out there and shoot a video of it and use it on each other, and then use it to just sell his product and him not even know about it.
Well, you've seen the commercials that I did.
Oh, no, that's what I'm saying, though. Like, that's how wild this is. Like, I could go out there and, like, anybody's product, I could go and make a video of and start selling it if I wanted to, or using it. And that it's just, like, it's so crazy how many avenues and different, like, how you could go with this. That's why I want to talk about this, because I don't think people realize, like, how much goes into this and how much this could be a problem in the future.
Oh, and it's going to be.
Yeah.
It's going to be until some hard... But see, the problem is these hard rules, policies or regulations or whatever we put in place here in our country, that doesn't mean every other country is going to follow it. There are rogue countries, and they will have the same software or better software. They won't have restrictions on it, and it's there that stuff can be created that can cause great harm.
I like when everyone gets into their AI cartoonish, like you see them on their reels for the last few months. Like people had the Christmas one, and people have, you know, the Halloween ones with their favorite characters and stuff. But ChatGPT and I think it's Google, they have some amazing images that they could come out and have fun with. And you see all these people on social media having a ball with this stuff.
Be careful. And don't forget, ChatGPT has a memory.
So does Grok. Everything does on
Grok
AI.
doesn't have a memory. When you shut
it doesn't?
Grok off, if you can get a higher level of Grok, but the free Grok has no memory.
Because every time I go out,
ChatGPT has memory.
It's so crazy because every time I log out and then go back in, it still has everything that I wrote from the last whatever.
It'll have text that you've written, but if you're doing voice prompts and things like that, Grok won't remember it. ChatGPT remembers everything. And don't forget, somebody on the other end has access to what ChatGPT or Grok or Gemini
Well,
or
every time you go on your web now, it's Gemini or some of the other ones. So they're following
the Copilot
everything.
on Edge and all of this stuff. It's all watching. And the camera. You have a camera on your laptop. It's all and how many times, and every listener has had this happen, how many times have you talked about something with maybe your cell phone laying there, and you've talked about, gee, it'd be really cool if I had a red carpet in my living room, or now I'm going to get the commercials. But, and all of a sudden on Facebook and everything, you get all these commercials for red carpets or carpet sales, or all this stuff. Oh, yeah. Without your knowledge.
I was trying to tell my son, because I have Life 360 on him, because I like to see where he's at all times and if he's driving the speed limit, because he's still a newer driver. And it's just a safety thing. But I saw, it was a couple years ago, where a lady, when the app first came out, I don't think she realized this, she would actually, it tracked her son speeding a lot. And it tracked her texting him, you need to slow down, you're going 90 miles an hour. And she kept saying it for like 6 months. He ended up getting in a car accident and killing another kid. He got charged with vehicular manslaughter. Not only did he get charged, but the mom got charged because she didn't stop it when she saw the pattern of him speeding. And she ended up getting charged with second degree or whatever it was. And they kept track of the child's speed, the text messages, and did a whole thread on pretty much the last 6 months prior to that, which I don't think people realize that either. Like it's getting to the point where everything's tracked, everything's traced, and you have to be really careful.
All texts, every text you send is recorded somewhere.
Yeah.
Every phone call you have, especially international phone calls, are recorded somewhere. Every website you go to, everything you buy, like I said earlier, everything is tracked. And the issue that we've had in the past is that a human would have to go through millions of hours of stuff to decipher something. AI can do it in seconds. AI can go through all that stuff.
Isn't that crazy? Because like if I ask them like for the news stuff real quick, I want to hear something and I just text it or like just write in like in 5 minutes or 5 seconds, I get
right.
all of these examples, all of these things. And it's like, wow, this is insane. This is completely insane. But thank you for joining me today and talking about this. How much do you pay for subscriptions normally, like to do AI commercials and news things? Like, what is a typical subscription price? I know some of these are free, but then some of them can get really advanced to like a couple $100 a month.
Well, I know that if you get the highest level of Grok, it's $300 a month, which is crazy.
What it's doing though for sales and different things for commercials alone.
Well, if you have a corporation or something, it would be great for that type
Save
of marketing.
Money on the marketing.
Yeah, it would. But one of the programs that I use, mostly I use free stuff, but one of the programs that I use, I think I paid per year, I think it was $260 or something like that.
So it's not that bad. It's actually real cost effective, especially if you're wanting to market and you're a newer company.
Yes.
To do that, between that and socials, you've got it locked up pretty much.
Yeah. And the free stuff can do a lot. The only thing that I have found that's an issue with the free stuff is the limit on use.
Yeah.
Like you can create.
Too many users come back later.
Yeah, it'll tell you to take a break and you've used up your daily allotment or whatever it is. But so, and I don't know how much your daily allotment changes if you pay for it, but I imagine the $300 a month is probably unlimited.
Yeah.
But it's the one program that I use for the voice stuff is still cheap, $260 roughly a year. So
it's nothing. Especially when you're used to spending thousands of dollars for marketing a month on stuff.
Right.
So, well, thank you for joining us in the Ruckus Room. Thank you, Alan, for giving us your little expertise in the AI department. If anyone wants a commercial done or anything done with the AI, Alan is your guy. He has been mastering this the last few weeks, and I think he's got it down to a science, especially a whole news podcast, which is pretty cool. So we'll see you next week in the Ruckus Room, guys. Hope you have a great night. Bye.
You know what? Before we go, I'm going to throw in a commercial.
That sounds like a good idea. Let's throw in your commercial, Alan.
All right now. Remember, everybody, none of this is real.
This This episode is brought to you by Good Guys Firearm Accessories. Their gear gives you the edge you need. Get the top non-lethal self-defense with burn-no launchers. Reliable protection you can trust. Stop threats with kinetic or pepper rounds. No fire permits required in all states.
That's right!